Hey y'all, Stephanie with Minimalist Mom Life. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to y'all about time management as a mother. So, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you are obviously kind of your own boss. I mean, we have our husbands to submit to, but they're gone at work all day. So how we make up our days from the time they leave until the time they get home, it's really up to us, right? It's up to us whether or not you homeschool or your kids go to school, what activities you put them in. Your schedule is up to you. So it can either go really well or it can be really, really hard to have self-control and to kind of put yourself on the schedule and make sure you're getting done what you want to get done. So here are some things that I have found helpful in making most of the time that we are at home. The biggest thing that I have found to be helpful to me as a mother has been block scheduling my day. And so a few reasons to block schedule your day is so that you can focus. That's probably the biggest reason. When I talk about block scheduling, what I mean is that setting aside either an hour or 2 hours for each kind of thing that you need to do that day. And sometimes they're even smaller increments of time, and a lot of that will depend on the age of your kids and what you're doing with your kids. For me, what that looks like is after breakfast is done in the morning and everybody is dressed and teeth are brushed, then I have a small window of time, usually about 30 minutes, that I am going to power through all of my cleaning, like as much of it as I can get done. I'm going to get the breakfast dishes done. I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to make sure the boys made their bed. I am going to get a little laundry started, and then if I have a chore that day, like if I need to vacuum the house or clean the bathroom, I'm going to get that done. And during that time, my kids are with me, but they are responsible for playing. Like mom is not going to sit down during that 30 minutes of time and play or read a book. I'm going to stop fights and things like that. So mother, talk to them and stuff, but I'm not going to be focused on entertaining them at that point or teaching them anything other than how to clean. And then after that, I have another block, and that's a 2-hour block. And during that 2-hour block, my focus is entirely them. So during that cleaning time, I wasn't making phone calls. I wasn't on Instagram. I definitely wasn't watching anything on TV. I wasn't watching a YouTube video. I wasn't texting somebody. I wasn't replying to emails. I wasn't paying a bill. I was cleaning, right? That was what I was supposed to do during that time. Once that time was up, I knew it was time to shift over to my kids. And then for the next 2 hours, I spend that time doing their preschool time with them. I spend that time reading to them, and then I just spend that time playing with them, because for that 2 hours, my focus is entirely on them. Then during that 2 hours, I'm not cleaning anything. I'm not going to run the vacuum. I'm not going to go clean a bathroom. I'm not going to notice that something needs done and stop and do it, because it's not for that block of time. That block of time is for my kids and to give them my attention. And I will say that some mornings, depending on the temperature of my children's moods, I need to make my cleaning time even shorter. It needs to be just the bare bones that day, and the bathrooms need to wait, or the vacuuming needs to wait, because something is going on with them that I can tell they need my attention first, and so I can move that 2-hour block up and then finish that cleaning afterwards. But I still don't mingle the two. I don't mingle my focus. So that my focus is still cleaning, okay, cooking, okay, kids, whatever it is, I'm all in because I've blocked out that time. And I'm not thinking about, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that, because I know that time will come for the tasks that I have that day, but it can't all happen at once. Because if I'm trying to play blocks, but I'm thinking about how I need to update the budget, or if I am trying to clean the bathroom, but I'm also trying to go over the presidents with my 4-year-old, like it doesn't work. I need to be all in where I am, and I need to be focused, and then I can really end up getting more done. And the time that I'm doing those tasks feel a lot more rewarding when I'm all there, when I'm not thinking about 17 other things. I notice more about my kids. I enjoy it. Even my cleaning is more enjoyable because I'm just focused on getting it done, doing it quickly, and moving right along. So I block out my schedule like that. Then after we have had our couple hours of preschool time, then it moves on to like, let's get lunch done. And with lunch, we need to get the lunch dishes done. And then we're like moving into nap time. And so I know that's kind of a hectic time. Those transition times can kind of be hectic. But again, during that time, I'm not on the phone, and I'm not watching a YouTube video, and I'm not updating our budget while I'm also trying to make lunch, while I'm also trying to tell someone not to fight, while I'm also trying to play Play-Doh, while I'm also trying to nurse a baby. Multitasking can be good, but it can also be really damaging to your relationships, because it can feel like no one's ever actually getting all of you. And it can be very, very exhausting to feel like you have to do all those things at once. So for me, I found that there's some multitasking always. I'm often nursing a baby while I'm doing other things. I'm often teaching my kids while I'm cooking, because maybe they're helping me cook, but I'm not trying to cook, wash the dishes, teach somebody to read, have a conversation with my husband, be a good daughter, be a good friend, all those things at one time. I'm trying to block that out. And then for me, nap time, I have a whole video about kind of my nap time routine. But I have a part of nap time that I know is my time, and I call it my lunch break. And whether I eat lunch during that time or if I've already done with the kids, it's a 30-minute break for myself. And so I can watch a YouTube video or talk to my mom on the phone or do whatever I want to do that kind of fills me up. I can read a book. And that's that 30 minutes time. But that whole 2 hours of nap time is not my time to rest and just lay on the couch. I'm nursing Lucy during that time. And after 30 minutes, I need to get off my phone. So even if I'm still laying down nursing her and Martin's just laying down that day, I'm going to spend that time then actually resting, like actually closing my eyes or enjoying the fact that I have a baby and making sure I'm paying attention to her and enjoying that nursing bond during that time. And I try to do a small cleaning task during nap time. A lot of times it's when I mop the floor, or maybe something just needs tidied up in the kitchen, because not every day do I get the lunch dishes all the way done during right before nap time, because depending on how hectic that can be. But they're small, focused time. So that 2-hour nap time is then broken down into a few different things I want to do. After that 30 minutes of lunch and a small cleaning task, the majority of that nap time is going to be spent with my oldest son, who's 4, and that's when we do our reading lesson and his math lesson together. And that's one-on-one time. We usually play Candyland, or we just goof around the floor and try and do handstands, or whatever it is. But again, that's focused time then on him. Depending on the day, if I have computer tasks, I like to do it then, or I like to do it when the kids go to bed. And so I'll have a list, a little notepad of like things I need to do on the computer. So you need to order such and such photo. You need to get somebody's birthday card written. You need to like whatever it is, and that's computer time. So when my block schedule comes for computer time, I know this is what I need to get done. And they weren't half done all throughout the day. The computer was not on all throughout the day, distracting me from my kids, or getting me to then go on to Amazon, to then go on to this, to then go on to that. I know exactly what I need to do, and I can hop on the computer and do it quickly and efficiently. They can take my full attention, and I can do it correctly. Because if I try to multitask too much, I'm going to screw up. I'm going to mess something up. Because I'm not Superwoman. I can only think about so many things at one time. So that's how I work my block schedule. Again, after nap time, there's a quick cleanup time usually. Like people are fixing their beds back up after napping in them, and there's a diaper change needed, and stuff's getting a little bit straightened up. If there are toys that weren't cleaned up before nap time, the boys are doing that. And then again, it's focus on them time. And they get some attention, and then we figure out what it is I need to do with supper that night, and if I need to go and start cooking, I do. Or laying something out or whatever, and then if not, we wait for Daddy, and it's playtime. When my husband gets home, I need to give him some attention. So it works perfectly if I've just had another block of time where the kids are getting my attention, and I'm watching them ride their bikes, and I'm nursing Lucy, pushing them on the swing, giving them attention, because they're more ready to share my attention with Daddy when Daddy gets home if I have just filled up their little love tanks. But if I have spent that couple hours before my husband gets home doing everything else but them, then it's harder for them to like be quiet and be a little better behaved for me to actually give my husband some attention. So and then from there he's home, and our evening kind of continues to work in kind of a block schedule like that. I start to make supper. Sometimes I get a little bit of a 15-minute break depending on how the day's gone. When he gets home, he'll watch them outside, and I go, oh, okay, all right, got this. And then I start making supper, and then we go right into our bedtime routine. But having that block schedule helps me so much, and knowing like what days that's also going to change. So I know, okay, this day we go to story time. I talked about this in my preschool routine. So I know that day is going to look a little bit different. So that day needs to be lighter on the cleaning so that block schedule can still work. You're in charge of making your schedule, so make it what works. Like don't take my schedule and push it into your life if it's not going to work for your life. But the idea is set a schedule for yourself. You're a stay-at-home mom, and that's great, and it allows you a lot of freedom. But you might find that you have more freedom if you give yourself some structure than if you really do free-for-all all day in your jammies, having no idea what you did. And I can tell you that you'll feel more productive, and you'll feel more like your time was worthwhile if you can look at it and say, this is what done. If you can at the end of the day say, for 4 hours today, I played with my kids. I actually played with them, not told them to go play while I did something else. You'll feel good. You'll feel like, okay, I'm momming this thing. So I encourage you to look at what is important to you and then block schedule that into your day so that you have time. I know some of you work, some of you do other things, and so those have to fall into that. So all of our time slots may look differently, but block scheduling out what you want to do and when you need to do it really helps. It helps me to feel like it's okay to tell your kids to go play. I'm only cleaning for 30 minutes. Like, I'm not cleaning for 3 hours and telling you to go entertain yourself, and I'm never giving you any attention. But for this amount of time, I do need to go get this done. Or on some nap times, I give myself 1 day a week that I can make a YouTube video during nap time, and only 1 day a week. So if I don't get it done that day of the week because Lucy wouldn't go down without me, and I don't want her in the video, or it just didn't happen, then it just didn't happen. And maybe I can do it on the weekend when my husband's home, and maybe I can't. But I block scheduled out that time so that I'm not every single nap time trying to fit in 15 different things. I know this is when I have the time to do it, And if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done, but I tried, I scheduled it out, and I made the effort. And then I can also see what I got done that I was happy that I was able to get done. So I highly suggest looking at block scheduling for your life. Let me know in the comments down below if you're a mom, how you schedule out your day, or if you don't, if you're a, everybody's personality is different, and I totally respect that. So if it's better for you to not, then tell me how that works for you. I would love to know. And if you have any other questions about how I schedule things, how stuff runs in our household, leave them in the comments down below. I do not have it all together. Nobody does. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, y'all.